Hello, hello, my beloved waking gods and goddesses. Welcome to Love, Truth, and Beauty. Do it yourself spiritual awakening for divine in the flesh, where together we learn how to surf and navigate the ups and downs of the totality of human experience, creating a new earth beyond the limitations of this perception managed reality matrix of five senses, having discovered our true divine creative natures in our true sensual sensorial universe of seven senses, composing formless into form outside of the matrix in the true quantum field creation field universe. Before we get started, please do give this video a thumbs up. Please also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, selecting the all settings so that when I upload videos, YouTube will let you know. I generally upload Tuesdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Eastern. My name is Maria West, and I am your hostess of the highest, here to download, upload, inspire, and usher you into your bestest and brightest selves, your bestest and brightest light, and inviting you all to open your hearts wider and wider and wider and wider and wider and wider and wider still. Hello, my love bugs, my honey bunnies, my booblies. Mwah. Welcome to Love, Truth, and Beauty, episode 241. And we are changing things up a bit on our humble channel. And in today's video, I am starting a 58, give or take, a few video series playlist, reading aloud the translation from Russian to English of Hacking the Technogenic System by Vadim Zeland, who brought to the universe transurfing. We hope that Vadim translates the book to English very soon. And until he does that, we, amongst ourselves, will talk about it in English from other translations and with personal efforts from my beloved friends Mohil Jawad and Theodora Salia, who took it upon themselves to take on the task to do the translation painstakingly. Theodora did the English corrections. I did some editing in some other things, and so that we can share this very, very important wealth of knowledge, particularly during this time in our human history within the matrix. Okay, so and with me doing my part to share with you this invaluable information, my loves, which can be through all of us, through this sharing, integrated into knowledge and integrated into up-leveled wisdom. Okay, so grab your favorite beverage and sit back and allow me to read to you first of all, the side leaf back cover, and then followed by the introduction. Okay, Technogenic System. A general idea from the book of hacking the technogenic system. For sure, the technological achievements or that modern civilization have provided us with all means of comfort and luxury, including means of communication, transportation, entertainment, ready-made food, tools and cosmetics, medicines, modern clothes and advanced medical devices, and it's still providing more. But it has robbed us of the most important thing we have for the creation of our own reality, which is our ability to pay attention, because our attention has become under control of it, especially media, satellite channels, advertisements, the promotions of various goods and services. And this is why our attention is general and revolves around what the media provides us, so that we become receptors of information, and we are no longer transmitters of it. And this puts our attention at its lowest. Okay, in creating reality, you become what you pay attention to. Energy is directed toward the things we are paying attention to, and of course, everything material has an energy base. You are your attention. I talk about this all the time, correct? So what happens when our attention is absent or at its lowest? Of course, there will be no energy directed toward materialization, and thus the chances for creating our own reality will be reduced. Okay, talk about this constantly. All right, I'm going to pop the reality creation video playlist up here in the top left corner at the end of this video. Now, for sure, what has been mentioned is not incitement or hostility against the modern civilization or technical achievements, because we can all use them, we all use them and benefit from them. But the idea here is that we must use these technologies and make them in our interest. Okay, and in the interest of creating our own reality, and thus we do not become dependent on them and allow them to direct us and direct our attention, and thus turn us into mechanical beings and forget our souls. Okay, so all this talk about AI taking over, pay attention. Okay, so continuing on. In the midst of all this chaos of endless information, everyone has to wake up, restore their attention, and direct it toward different goals. Once the attention is restored, the ability to create reality will increase. Okay, note, this just an idea about the book, and I will keep posting about it until we cover all the book content. And sorry if the translations are not very clear, but I think the idea will be clear regardless of the translation quality. All right, so we're moving on to the introduction now. Book name, Hacking the Technogenic System, and the chapter name, this is the introduction. I can summarize the introduction of this book through the following main points. If you do not possess any distinct qualities or talents whatsoever, then you have no other choice but to go out of context and allow yourself to become unique. 2, in your hands is the mechanism of emancipation that we simplify for you here in this book. You can create for yourself the world you want. Your mental powers will rise and your creative reserve will flow until it reaches the level of genius. There will be no obstacles for achieving your goals, and the gates of reality will open in front of you. 3, respected reader, in your hands is a book created by the Force, and I am not the one who wrote it. Rather, it is the one which imposed itself through me and pulled me towards it. And I can confirm this with certainty. First, because I originally did not have the energy to write this on my own accord. And secondly, without the support of the Force, and such thing shows from the title of the book, all my effort would have been pointless. 4, the discussion here is not about the ecology of the environment. Rather, there is another problem that is no less dangerous because it has not yet been fully evident. A problem that carries with it a threat to the most precious thing that a person has, which is his freedom and independence as an individual being. We call this sovereignty, yeah? It is a matter of the ecology of the soul, which incomprehensibly, why does not interest anyone? Why doesn't it interest anyone? Okay, the interest is directed towards secondary issues of no importance, while the world changes from the other side, which is the hidden and invisible side, and with astonishing acceleration. It may seem that nothing changes at all, but in fact, something is going on. Number 5, sit at your workplace and never leave it. Stay inside your cell. Press the buttons as required. Make goods of the cosmic system. Use whatever it gives you. Commit to the pendulum rule. And I talk about pendulums all the time. Do as I do. Adhere to the principle of social incubation. Okay, if all of them behave in this manner, then that means that this is correct. Okay, this is that herd mentality I talk about. Never think and get out of the grand total queue. But the most important thing is to always stay in touch on the network. Okay, what's the network? Think about it. Stay in the common system. Okay, do not leave the necessary equipment. Absorb the incoming stream of information. Participate in the shouting choir and the public barking. Mob rule, right? So that they will always repeat the echoes of the web and turn into an integral part of it. Okay, I talk about echo chambers. Think about that. Beware that you look through you. It is their responsibility to guide you. Okay, so you don't want to think. Do not think and do not tire your head. And that's exactly what mental slavery is. They don't want you to think. They don't want you to start asking questions. They tell you everything and display it in front of your eyes, the outer screen. You only have to learn how to shriek and bark, the instinctive barking itself, and form in yourself the necessary and recognized response to barking in the necessary place, whether with the mouse button, the shopping cart, or a statement of options. And when the hour comes to be ready to fill countless columns of those who go here and there, in all cases, they will point to you to determine where and what is important is that you be fully prepared like any screw. Okay? 6. Now imagine a different picture. Your consciousness is liberated and clear. Your energy is higher than the energy of others. You no longer think as everyone else does, nor do what everyone else does. Your sovereignty is restored. You got out of the column, but you didn't leave it. You pretended you were asleep while you were awake. So you see very differently. You see very clearly that all around you are asleep, but you are awake. If you see very clearly that all around you are asleep, as for you, you are completely awake. Whoever gets out of the queue gets the preference. 7. When you get rid of the restrictions and conditions imposed by the cosmic system on you, it appears in front of you an opportunity to take revenge on it because they hypnotize you. They hypnotize your personality. You are actually unique, and now you are free. And it is an extremely wonderful privilege, which is why it is best to take advantage of this privilege. Now, 10 years have passed since the first publication of Vadim Zeland's books. This anniversary is marked with the release of a new project by Vadim Zeland called Projector of Separate Reality. Okay? It's a full-color leather-bound edition placed in an elegant case. This diary will be your brightening and inspiring companion and a tool manifesting the steps that will lead you to your dream. Read, make your notes, and become the director of your reality. We talk a lot about this on this channel, you guys, okay? People can be divided into 2 categories. I've talked about this: receivers and transmitters. Receivers only take in outer information and watch someone else's movies. They are spectators, okay? Most people are receivers. Most people are spectators. In contrast, translators, okay? All right? Can make their own movie and create their own reality. There are very few creators and translators, okay? So you will have the advantage that most people do not have. You can create your own separate reality. Now, in Projector, you will be writing down thought forms and mental slides, the images of the reality you would like to have in your world. So you go to the end of what it is, the result that you want. And that's what you focus in upon, okay? In other words, you are shooting your own film, opposite to what we usually do, making photos and videos of the reality around as we see it. We project instead mental images onto reality and alter it. And as a result, your virtual movie turns into your true movie and you see mental slides materialize. So the clearer that it is, the details as far as what you want, okay, it starts to materialize. And this is what is literally called making your own movie. Is not a regular diary, but a sacred object or tool of creating your own reality. The structure has been prepared. You only have to fill it in like a coloring book. Okay, now this owner's manual will explain in detail how to do it. For convenience, all pages are divided into subject categories. The author gives examples of creating mental slides and thought forms. At the end of the book, there is a summary of basic transurfing principles. Who is creating your life? Are you sure you are doing it yourself? Or maybe it's the circumstances, people around, trends, fashion? Following the purposes imposed by the society, people often forget about their own desires and aspirations, so that they can go their own unique way. Why not wake up and change your role? It's so exciting to be the director of your own movie. Now, the book presents a technique of creating any kind of world that you wish to live in, my loves. The power of your intellect and talent will grow to the level of genius. You won't have any difficulty achieving your goals. A perfectly new, unfamiliar reality will reveal itself in front of you, your true reality. Maybe you have a secret dream that is hard to reach. Or if a lot of other people are willing to gain the same thing as you, and you are competing, or if you are waiting in a long queue to get what you want. In this case, you must know that you are also given a unique chance. It's the chance of getting a priority over other members of the life competition. Okay, so that life's rat race. The chance of hacking the matrix and breaking free. At least you must know it is possible. Our world is not what normally looks to us, okay? The material reality is only the outer visible revelation of reality, the outer screen, as I've been talking about. But what is hidden from the other side, from the inside? In this film, you will reveal the new facet of your reality. Each of us, not even realizing that, builds a separate layer of the world in which we have to live. That's our reality. We have different realities, okay? Through your will, you can create any world for yourself. You just need to know how. And reality transurfing can explain it. It is the reality management technique that is already being used by millions of people. Okay, my loves, that's my speech. That is the end of my reading of the introduction to hacking the Technogenic System. I thank you all so much for hanging out with me, with your participation and focused attention. I really do appreciate it. I cannot do this without you, and I do this for those of you who, like myself, know we are so much more than what the Matrix endeavors to define and limits us to be. So until next time, my dear hearts, always act from love outside of the matrix, from your center screen, composing a new reality, quantum jumping all of your lifelines. That's right. Let's up level and go higher and higher and higher so that we can all be the love that we are. We can share our love, create, make art, make music, make love, and you can all help me repopulate the true quantum field creation field universe. Here's to love, truth, and beauty, my beautiful waking gods and goddesses. Mwah!